All right, we're rolling.
Great.
And could you please give me your name
My name is Steve Mandelko.
and what you teach?
I teach drama, technical theater, and the history of rock and roll.
All right, and what school you go to?
Abraham Lincoln High School.
Okay. How long have you been teaching for?
I have been teaching since 2004, so I've been teaching for 13 years.
All right, and where did you go to get your teacher training?
My bachelor's degree was at the University of Northern Iowa, and then I got my master's degree at the University of Nebraska-Omaha.
Would you recommend school to students like myself who are interested in pursuing teaching today?
Yes, definitely. UNI is one of the best teacher colleges out there, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Have you always taught at the same building?
I have.
And do you enjoy it?
I do.
What grade levels / subjects have you taught?
Well, I teach 9 through 12. I have taught sophomore English. I've taught senior English. I've taught high school credit speech. I taught drama 1, drama 2, technical theater. I'll be starting to teach drama 3, history of rock and roll.
All right. Do you have a preference as to a preferred subject or grade level?
I like to stay within drama. I mean, I like to teach the drama classes, but I can handle any of it. I like the history of rock and roll class. In terms of grade level, I don't really, I never really think the grade level matters. It's just the students within the class. If they are motivated and excited, I don't really care how old they are.
So, how did you first become interested in your career?
I had a lot of good mentors when I was growing up and a lot of good teachers in theater and in the arts when I was growing up. And initially I wanted to be an acting major, but I realized that that doesn't really pay the bills very well. And I enjoyed when I had worked in youth theater programs when I was in high school and always saw the impact that that did. And so a couple of years into college, I made the switch from an acting major to a teaching major.
Do you have any memories of your first year of teaching?
Oh, yes. Very much so, yeah.
And if so, did your first year go as anticipated or expected?
I don't really think I knew what to expect. It definitely did not go as I thought it was going to. I mean, there are only so many things that they can teach you or train you before you get your own class, and
Right.
you have to deal with everything that goes with it. It wasn't bad, but it was certainly a trial by fire, for sure.
What challenges have you gone through over the course of your years as teaching?
I think there's always different challenges. I mean, there's certainly, I think the big thing that a lot of people don't understand about teaching is that it's more than just being in the classroom. I mean, there's a lot of professional development that a teacher has to do, and there's a lot of added paperwork and sort of different things that you have to do. And, of course, there's different types of students that you deal with and their behaviors. There's different parents and their behaviors that sometimes you have to deal with. Classroom management is always a changing thing. One of my personal things is I never really like to do the same thing all the time, so I'm always challenging myself to find new ways to present and teach topics. And that's always a challenge. And, there's a lot of things that kind of go into it.
What is definitely, would you say, is the most rewarding thing about doing your job?
I feel like the most rewarding thing is when, you see change in students. Like, I don't ever believe that as a drama teacher I'm here to turn people into famous actors or actresses or playwrights or directors or things like that. Like, I guess the most rewarding thing for me is to see students that are not confident in themselves become confident in themselves, to find their voice, to find out who they are, to be comfortable with that voice and who they are, and to be successful in their life beyond high school.
What advice would you offer to an aspiring future educator like myself?
Well, first thing I would tell you is that it's not as easy as it seems. But I think that if you are patient and that if you work hard and that you really truly do, work past the day-to-day frustrations, that it really is a very meaningful job in terms of advice. Learn as much as you can, read as much as you can, try to find as many techniques as you can, view as many other people teaching as you can so that you can learn the best tricks of the trade. That's the advice I'd give. Be patient, because there's a lot of people that will try your patience and you can't hurt them because you will lose your job. So you have to really be like Zen.
All right. Thank you for your time.